Take a hike through a Washington forest and you just might stumble upon mushrooms growing in the ground. Although many of these fungi are edible, it can be difficult to know which ones are safe and which ones you better leave alone.
Our club has identification classes, we have organized outings.
James Novak is a member of the Puget Sound Mycological Society. Their goal is to foster understanding and appreciation of wild Washington mushrooms.
There are literally thousands of varieties of fungus that grow here in the Northwest. One of the measures of the health of a forest is the diversity of the fungi that grow in it.
I think a lot of times mushrooms can be intimidating because there are toxic varieties out there. And if you don't know what you're doing, you probably shouldn't just be wandering out into the forest like this, picking mushrooms, thinking that you're gonna toss them into a stew, right?
Well, you can toss in the stew, just don't eat it. So every mushroom's edible at least once.
Now, before we went to go search for mushrooms, James showed me a few different types that he'd picked just the day before.
So this is a gilled mushroom. You see these little flat planes, they're called gills. Typically the gills are white in these, but the caps can be a rainbow of colors. And you can see we kind of got like a pinkish sort of hue here. Here's another interesting species here. This is a group of mushrooms called, their common name, a coral mushroom, obviously. It looks like coral.
Exactly.
And this is, again, another gilled mushroom. That's a member of the Tricholoma family.
And all these you've found around here?
Yeah.
So should we get some foraging?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, I'm excited.
Okay, well, we'll just sort of pop in here, and you can see already there's some mushrooms.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yesterday.
Oh, look at that red one. Oh, wow.
And
there's one there.
And there.
We just stepped a few inches into the forest, and we've already seen a vast number of varieties.
If it was a regular year, there would be like 30 of them in this one little spot.
And this one is huge, it's got tons of gills.
Yeah, it's the gilled mushroom. You always want to pull the mushroom out from the ground rather than cut it because the base helps in identification. Wow. Check it out.
This guy.
Now see how the sponge is nice and creamy white like that?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of holes. That's perfect.
And this is a porcini.
Yeah, this is the porcini. This is the king of the forest.
The king right there.
The cool thing is that we can pick these mushrooms all day long, and it doesn't harm the mycelium because they're growing underground on the trees. Just don't go out there and pick anything unless you absolutely know.
There you go.
Because the worst thing in the world is when you're sitting there in bed and you go, oh, is that the right mushroom? This is a beautiful one right here. Oh, I almost got you.
Doesn't want to come out.
Let go. I'll let you get that one.
Oh, the hard one. You want to give me the hard one. I see.
Well, baby, do you want to get this one? This one's being stubborn.
Look at that.
Check it out.
Beautiful. Where is the best places to find mushrooms in the state of Washington?
Basically, you want to look for these conifer forests. Look to where the water collects and that'd be the first place to start.
So if people wanted to get in touch with you, because maybe they would like to go on a nice little foray into the forest, what would be the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Go to my website, terra-fleurs.com, and on there's information about my tours, and I'll get you lined up.
I thank you so much for taking the time to bring me out here and show me just a few little tips and tricks. And I know that, next time I'm going to put my mushrooms in my shepherd's pie, that I make sure I know which ones they are.
Absolutely, yeah. Just want to be sure. No mistakes out there, please.